my workshop here with this Marlin in the background. It's in the middle of some recommissioning work. But it's not about the Marlin today. We're on the way to the airport again. This time Nantes. And we're picking up a car, obviously. My kindly wife is dropping me off half an hour down the road where I'm going to meet my blah blah car. That's a first for me. Lots of firsts today. So let's go. Made it to the airport. Good blah blah car. Last 10-minute ride with an Uber, which is the first time I've done that. I have to say that's really quick and convenient and easy. Let's see if we can find where to check in. There she is. Made it as far as Crewe last night. I stopped here and bought another Westfield, but that's another story. I'll do that in another video. Anyway, I'm pretty pleased with it. It's really dirty, but it's all there. It wouldn't, slight issue yesterday when I got to the guy's house, it really didn't want to start when it was cold. It's okay when it was warmed up, but cold start it was not happy, so we'll see if it's going to start this morning. Hope so. Half choke, he said. No throttle. Control. Come on. Oh, I was beginning to wonder. I think we've got a problem either with the ignition switch or the ignition system. It does that thing where it cranks over, it won't fire, and the second you let the key off, it fires up. But only when it's cold. So, anyway, it's running. We're going to go to the. We've got a Euro car parts around the corner. I'm going to pop around there, pick a few things up, and the tool station. Gotta go there and get some ear defenders and a fire extinguisher. Food truck just pulled in anyway. That's a stroke of luck for breakfast. So this is the morning shopping so far. Fire extinguisher, for obvious reasons. Cable ties. Duct tape. I've got no tools, so I just bought a £10 set of screwdrivers and a little adjustable spanner. That's my breakfast, curry pasty. They didn't have the basic £10 ear defenders, so I've treated myself to the luxury 3M £30 industrial grade ear defenders, which to be honest I think is what we need in this car. So next stop Euro car parts and see what they got there. And this is the Euro car parts shopping. I'm going to give the windows a clean. That's just for home. That's expensive in France. I've got some fuel hose because I made my checks this morning and this, I think that one's a fire waiting to happen, so we'll change that. Otherwise we didn't lose any coolant or oil or anything, so the fan belt's still on. It's getting a bit warm on the motorway. Maybe it needs a new radiator or something. Maybe the thermostat's a bit sticky. I think the other thing I'm going to do is try and get it up on a curb here somewhere and check the diff oil if I can. That's how we get under to check the diff oil. Yeah, there was 17 Welcome to Halfords. Ooh. That might be worth having because we've got a badly rotted hose.
At the roundabout, take the third exit onto Earl Street, A532.
This isn't good. Stuck in traffic. Very slow anyway. Temperature readings are climbing. It's been hovering around 90-95. It's pushing 100 now. Progress is slow, just north of Bristol now, and just stopped off at the services here. I was going to go on a bit longer, but it says the beyond here is queuing for an hour, and there's no other exit, no way to avoid it, so I just have to go and suck up the queue. I don't know how the car's going to cope with the heat being stuck in the traffic, but no choice. Otherwise, doing really good. Getting used to it now, buzzing along. No issues at all, other than maybe the slight overheating, the noise, the spine jarring ride. Filled up with fuel a bit earlier. I think the tank's only 25 litres. I saw a chance to get off the motorway, so I took it. Going to take some back roads instead. We're in full hot weather trim. We got the side panels off. Shorts are on. The sun is out. All is well. 6 hours or so from Ferry in the end to get to near Charmouth. That was a long drive. And M6 was horrible around Birmingham. The M5 was getting worse and worse the closer I got to Bristol. I kept ducking off it, but the sat-nav would take me back on. So in the end I set it to avoid motorways, and then it took me further east and down some back roads, which seemed much better. I thought, if I'm going to be boiling over with a burst hose, I didn't want it to be on the motorway when especially when there's no hard shoulder. That would not be nice. Anyway, made it here just fine. The speedo stopped working about 10 miles ago. Apart from that, it's working really good. I'll give you a walk around of the car now. So this car's a 1990 and it's a Westfield SEi, the I denoting independent rear suspension, and it's a narrow body. This is, I suppose, what you'd call the post-litigation car, so it's got all GRP bodywork. I'm still learning about these myself, so I can't tell you that much. On the dashboard there we got oil pressure, plenty of that, temperature and fuel gauge, rev counter and speedo, and everything was working till just now when the speedo packed up. It's full of junk inside so you can't see it, but the back seat is kind of like a bench that goes right across, and just a pad in the bottom that I put my jumper on there to make it a bit more comfortable. And we got, I'll get the bonnet off tomorrow, but we got a 1600 Crossflow with a big Weber on it and a 5-speed gearbox. Good. Well done. You're on video, you're on video. Say hi. Nice.
Because she was being greedy and she was eating them all.
I think it's fair to say it had its day, that one. This was my accommodation for the night, also known as my brother's R-Class Mercedes. Airbed in there, it's okay. This is the setup. Another absolutely beautiful morning here. I just changed that rotten coolant hose. The top up of the levels, all seems fine. Get going about 10:30. Give myself plenty of time. Next stop will be Portsmouth. Ciao for now.
See you later.
Well, thanks to poor planning, I've created myself a bit of a problem, because when I left the campsite, I forgot I didn't have much fuel, and then as I left, the gauge was bouncing off the 0 like it is now. And I searched for my nearest fuel station en route, and it was going to be something like nearly an hour's drive. I think I would make that, so I did the search for the nearest fuel station, and that meant actually going the wrong way for 15 minutes. And that's my route from here back to Portsmouth, and it's showing the arrival at 1:30 when I've got to be there at 1:45 at the latest. So not ideal. It's going to be a bit of a mad dash now. I think I made the right decision to go for the nearest fuel station, because I got 24 litres in, and they say that, I think the estimates vary, 26 to 28 litres the tank on these. so I probably wouldn't have made it the hour to the fuel station that was en route. Made it just about 5 minutes this way. And 2 hours on my parking here, donkey brain I am sometimes. I forgot. Speedometer somewhere. Stop making miles. No. 6 miles. So, the other arrow was for some reason was near 2 hours. Hour. Luckily, no traffic. That is quite long, straight on the ferry route. Buildings here next to this aircraft carrier. This thing is immense. It's always a treat sailing out to Portsmouth. The views are spectacular. Well, we fired up alright, just waiting to get through the passport control now. That's what the route's looking like. I knew it was about 300 kilometres, but 4 hours 30. 4 hours 43, I don't know what's going on there. I really hope it doesn't take that long. That's better. My fault, I still had it set to avoid highways, so I'm lucky I spotted that before I ended up on some kart track. On the home stretch now, 90 kilometres to go. Pushing my luck a bit again with the fuel. I don't know if you can see it, 24 litres again. That's the thing in France, you've got to be careful because you can drive for hours and not see a petrol station. Yeah, it's a bit scary sometimes. So, like I say, 90 to go. We've got the alternator light coming on more and more now. Well, that was that. Another car collection in the bag. Got me home okay. The alternator's dead. I started to get a vibration on the rear. Felt like the wheel's out of balance, but actually when I looked underneath, the Hardy spicers on the rear drive shafts are worn out. So we'll have a full set of joints on the rear drive shafts. We'll have a new alternator. Have a good tidy up. But on the whole, really good car. Drives really well. It doesn't bump steer, it doesn't tramline, it cruises really nicely, it's well mannered on the motorway. This car, particularly with a 5-speed gearbox, that's well worth having. That makes it much more civilised. Even with the hood as well, a bit flappy, but not too bad. Not sure I'd want to do that trip in the winter. The car's got no heater. Not too bad to go cross-country in a Westfield, if I'm honest. The most annoying thing is a 25-litre fuel tank is annoyingly small. It's not the most economical thing, obviously. 2 fuel stops I made, I put 25 litres in. I should have bought a can to take with me. I don't know why I didn't, but there we are. So there we are. That's it for this one, and we'll see you next time.